Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Screw your freedom.
Oh, they want to screw us out of more than just our freedom, but yeah, our freedoms. Folks, it's not just an American problem, it's an international problem. It's not just a Muslim problem, it's not just an Israeli problem, it's not just a Canadian problem, it's not just a Pakistani problem, it's an everything problem. It's not just an inflation problem or an interest rate problem or a banking problem or a politician problem. It's an everything problem. It's not just illegals. It's not just welfare fraud. It's not just Epstein's list. It's an everything problem. So, shit has hit the fan? Yes or no? Well, if you think everything's fine, sell your guns, sell your ammunition so you can pay your rent, mortgage, car payment. Sell all your food. You don't need that stuff. Everything's just fine. I know you won't, because it's not fine. In fact, it's fucked. So, do I start in America, or let's start around the world? Let's do that. Let's start somewhere else in the world. How about Romania? They have presidential elections. Didn't we hear about some sort of presidential election over there and the European Union canceled? Well, guess what? In Romania, a Make America Great Again inspired candidate named George Simeon has won 41% of the vote in the first round. And he's going to go up against a super Eurotrash liberal scumbag named Nikusur Dan. Now, that runoff will only happen if the European Union allows the election to happen. Isn't it funny how unelected filth at the European Union can cancel sovereign elections mandated by sovereign constitutions? Tell me again. I want someone to explain to me again how the EU wasn't going to threaten national sovereignty, that it's just an economic union. Well, just like American politicians over in Europe, they have fucking lying, sleazy Eurotrash politicians. It's this way all around the world, folks. All around the world. Now let's have some fun here. This is an interesting one. I'd love to hear your opinions on this, because left-wing Democrats are losing their shit again because Trump has trolled them and said he wants to reopen and rebuild Alcatraz in the San Francisco Bay. He wants to lock up the, quote, dregs of society. I think it's kind of a stupid idea, for the expense, of course, because it's extremely expensive out there with the saltwater air, the cost of transportation to get people in and out of there. And it's really limited in size. But it would be politically expedient to make this threat to scare the criminals and the politicians who are afraid that they will be sacrificed by even worse criminals in D.C. And I really think that Alcatraz, if opened, would be a wonderful place to send Jeffrey Epstein's clients. It could be the new Epstein Island, don't you know? But we're not going to get the fucking Epstein list. Oh, that's right. That's right. And I am now going to go off. The White House, through its little blonde, cute White House spokesgirl, says it has, quote, no timeline for releasing the Epstein files. Well, you know what that makes her and Trump and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and everybody in Washington. It makes them all fucking liars. Sacks of fetid, stinking, rotted shit. They're well-dressed garbage. Get your fucking makeup done, get your hair done, go on TV and lie some more, you fucking traitors to your word. You lied to the American people. You lied to the voters. Your word means shit. Campaign promises are worth less than toilet paper covered in excrement. Remember this, folks? Day one, we will release the Epstein list. Well, after we redact the names to protect the innocent victims, well, we need to remove national security names. Well, we don't even have the Epstein lists. We'll go get them at the New York office. There was a truckload of files on the Epstein list. We have them now. They're on my desk. Well, no, I don't have them on my desk. One more week. Oh, wait, here's some bullshit binders with old worthless info. We're going to give it to a bunch of social media slime jobs to try and fool you. Not fooled? Well, it's now a national security issue, and we don't want to offend our allies and England and Israel and the Vatican. Well, just fuck off, America. There will be no justice for the hundreds of victims of rape, of murder, of torture, of children by the Red Shoe Club, the Clintons, the Obamas, New York's tunnel rat people, the bankers, financiers, judges, politicians, and all the other wealthy human trash in fancy clothes who want to rape children. So fuck you all in Washington, D.C., you bunch of lying, backstabbing shit stains. I hope that I said what everyone is thinking. Because when I heard the little cute White House spokesgirl, who is very smart, who should fucking know better, she was sent out to say no timeline. Can you imagine being the person to carry the lies of all of Washington, D.C. to the news cameras? And the funny thing is this would be a golden opportunity for the Democrats to scream and yell that Trump is a failure, that Pam Bondi's a failure, that the FBI is a failure, that they're all a bunch of liars and a worthless bunch of fucks. Except the Democrats know that if they release the list, they would all be going to fucking prison. So they can't say a fucking word. They'll all just be quiet. The only ones who are asking the questions are the media, the real media, me and you folks and me going, where's the Epstein lists? Jeffrey Epstein was arrested. Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested. They took children to an island to be raped by their clients. They have client lists, and no one's been arrested. Nobody. Unfucking believable. I am, you might say, extremely pissed off at these fucking people. Now, the junk Jew law was scrapped in Washington, D.C. Representative Marge Taylor Greene says the House bill to criminalize boycotts of Israel with $1 million fines and 20-year prison sentences has been canceled. And they're trying to say that it was going to criminalize European Union and UN-backed boycotts. How can the United States of America pass a fucking law to arrest European Union boycotting people and United Nations boycott people? They can't, because they don't belong to the United States. This is bullshit. It was never meant. It was never meant to criminalize the European Union or the United Nations. It was meant to punish us. Oh, but it's been canceled now. Right? It's unfucking believable that they're trying to pretend that this was going to be for someone else. If the European Union did something the United States government doesn't like, they don't need a fucking law. The president can tariff them. Congress can tariff them. They can boycott that country. They can punish that country. They can sanction that country. They can use the SWIFT system the way they did on Russia against that country. They can do whatever the fuck they want to that country. This was bullshit. Us Americans cannot risk our own government trying to criminalize our free speech. If the District of Columbia wants, right, Once that, right, let it penalize any nation or non-government organization, but leave us the fuck out of your games, right? In the realm of free speech, Americans are untouchable by the government, with the exception of shouting fire in a crowded room or threatening the president, unless you're a fucking Democrat or a fucking scumbag on the street or an Islamic piece of shit. Why are we playing these fucking games? I am not going to tell anyone to commit crimes or become radical or violent, but I'm sick of these fucking games. The more Washington fails us, the more it shows they are the radical ones. We want justice for children. They are the radical ones in DC for allowing it to continue and harboring fugitives from justice who have committed heinous crimes against children and against our country. The traitors in DC, they're being harbored and protected by Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, all of them. It's unfucking believable. They're the ones in DC who are way off base and criminal. These fucking judges are way off base and criminal. It is unbelievable, folks. Are you prepared for where this is going to go? Because it's going to go there. It is. And speaking of these games, they're playing the victim card now. An employee of Dave Portnoy, who is Barstool Sports, an employee displayed a sign that says "fuck Jews" at his Philly bar. So Dave Portnoy has organized an Auschwitz educational trip, a mandated, you're going to do as I say and go and get your mind right in a re-education camp. Or Dave Portnoy said he's going to destroy their lives. Because I don't want to destroy their lives. So they're going to do exactly what I say and suck my and kiss my and go and do a re-education camp. How fascinating is this? Right? Just like Democrat blacks, just like these Mohammedans from other countries, the Israelis are going to continue to play victim. They're going to demand all the benefits they can get for something they haven't experienced, something that hasn't had any effect on them negatively, or it doesn't matter any longer. What I'm talking about is the Holocaust. That was back in the 1930s, the early 1940s at the latest. How long does the world have to put up with this poor me, we're victims bullshit? Right? Well, if that kind of stuff does matter, then I want reparations. Because it wasn't in the 1940s or 50s or 60s. It was the 1970s, 80s, 90s, 2000 teens, and the 2020s. Because I want reparations for being white and discriminated against on job applications. I want reparations for being a Christian man. I want reparations because I didn't get government loans that other people got because of their skin color or their ethnicity or their claim that they're from a special group. I've been denied educational benefits. Right. I've been discriminated against for not being able to tan, for being called albino, ghost, Casper, Q-tip, cottonhead, whitey, honky, pendejo, puta, gringo, and sneered at when I'm in the wrong parts of a city. Plus the signs. Oh, Dave Portnoy wants to complain about a sign. What about cities with name on the sign that says Brownsville? Makes me feel threatened and unsafe. How about street signs with white paint? Those are racist. Snow tried to freeze me, and no one would see me if I was. It's just wrong. White men pay more taxes. We have to go fight wars that Israel wants the U.S. to fight on their behalf. Life isn't fair. Boo-hoo-hoo. Isn't it amazing how we all have our crosses to bear? We all have an axe to grind. But only certain people and certain groups Well, they will be heard. It's just fucking stupid. The whole thing is stupid. But it's still real. It is still real. What do you guys want to talk about? Questions down below. Because I'm going to do the first 30 minutes. And then we'll do your 30 minutes. We got lots to talk about, folks. A lot. And it's going to start getting nasty. So you know what that means? It means the content on this channel is going to become more controversial. It's going to seem more radical because we're going to have to address these radical accusations coming from Israelis, coming from the Jihad Joes, coming from the Hispanics, coming from gangsters, coming from black groups, coming from any group that claims to be a victim. And people are going to become more radical and violent, folks. Are you prepared? Now, colleges, a fucking lecturer at an Iowa State college, university, argued this: capitalism fuels racism. And the students will listen to that, and they'll become more radical. They'll become violent. They'll join Antifa. They'll join BLM. They'll join Hamas. They'll claim some part of this lecture makes them a victim, and they want you to pay for it. Well, there's a counter argument to capitalism fuels racism, and that's that socialism fuels murder. Socialists have murdered over 100 million. That's right, 100 million innocent people the last 100 years. So all of you communists, you socialists, you Democrats can go fuck yourselves. And you can take DC with you, since they're a bunch of fucking traitors too, one and all. I cannot have a job unless I demonstrate or prove in some form or fashion, either through my personal efforts or through someone testifying that I know how to do a job. I have to do the job first, learn the job first, before I get rewarded after working for fucking 2 weeks. And then they'll give me a paycheck that is sliced in half because of my fucking taxes. But these people in Washington, they don't have to do a job. They just have to lie to us, get elected, and they get to become millionaires. That's right. They get to become millionaires. There's no rewarding hard work. There's only rewarding a bunch of fucking criminals and thieves, liars, and scum. Unfucking believable. Get this. Are you ready for this? Oh, you're going to love this, folks. You're going to love this. Catherine Austin Fitts. A lot of you may know who she is. She used to work for the United States federal government. She was a big shot housing official. She has spoken for years on YouTube, on this channel, on that channel, on the other channel, about government and how it wastes. She is now testifying that the United States government, and this is national news now, has built a $21, not $million, not a $21 billion, but she is claiming they built a $21 trillion underground city for the wealthy and powerful in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C. Whoever has a shit pile of money, they're guaranteed a seat in this safety zone just in case a near extinction event occurs. Or if the Epstein list are released and DC politicians are going to be chased down the street with fucking torches and pitchforks. Right? All of the DC politicians are in on it, and they're going to want to hide from justice. Isn't it funny that we're now learning, and I don't know where this fucking thing is. I'm sure it's deep underground. I'm sure they have more food than any of us could ever dream of having. Years and years, the means of production, etc. I'm sure it's all really good food too. $21 trillion they have spent to hide themselves from a near extinction event. Now, if I said we have an extinction level event, you're going to think of what? A giant supervolcano. You're going to think of, wow, the sun belching gamma rays and eradicating life on the surface of the planet. You're going to think of a comet impact, aren't you? Well, tell you what, a near extinction event could be them releasing massive amounts of biological weapons because they have been caught. They have been exposed for way more than the Epstein files. How much more are these fucking people stolen from us? It is beyond disgusting, folks. $21 trillion. The fucking national debt is only 36 trillion, and these people spent 21 of that on themselves. Well, that leaves, let's see, do the math, another 15 trillion. Where the fuck could that possibly have been spent? Oh, wait a minute, we've heard about it. The war on poverty and all of these programs the government has funded with your money to turn everyone on the planet against us, to fund our own fucking destruction. That's exactly what's going on, folks. Near extinction event. These people will go scorched earth on us. The question I have for you is this. Would you rather have them keep getting away with everything they're fucking getting away with in Washington, D.C., in London, in Tel Aviv, in the Vatican, in Brussels? Would you rather have them getting away with it? Or would you rather have them exposed and make them pull the trigger? Make them start SHTF Mad Max. Will they really do it? Would they do that? Would they risk killing themselves to get away? I think they would. I think they're that fucking evil that rather than face justice and be held accountable, they would rather kill all of us and hope that they make it. There was a time, folks, not too long ago in history, depending on which history book you read and who wrote it, it'll tell you the human population on this planet was reduced to a few thousand here and a few thousand there. And in another area, a few thousand here and a few thousand there. Humanity, in my opinion, based on the research I've done, has been wiped out multiple times. Listen to the speech by the architect on the Matrix movies, and you might hear some pieces of information that just might have a corollary in real world history. Unfucking believable. It really is. It really is, folks. When they're exposed, they don't like what's going on. The Alternative for Deutschland, right? The basic Make Germany Great Again party. A parliamentarian there named Peter Bystrom has gone to visit Tommy Robinson, the British activist, because there's ongoing punishment over his anti-Islam documentaries. And I want to remind everybody that since Salman Rushdie exposed in Islam, back in the 1980s with his book, The Satanic Verses, the Jihad Joes have openly threatened the Western world, and they began their massive invasion and outbreeding us program, which is followed by, once they have enough people, violence, rape, and murder. If I am not wrong, and I'm not, why isn't every state, why isn't Washington, D.C. deporting these Mohammedans at light speed? Because it's calculated treason against Americans, against all of us. It's a slow killing off of us and a slow replacement. Because they are that evil and they have fucked things up that bad and they don't care. They would rather kill us and keep their power, kill us and keep their wealth, than have a free country and a free world. No longer is it some insane dictator, some Dr. Evil. It's all of them. It's Washington. It's London. It's Paris. It's the Vatican. It's Tel Aviv. It's all of these fucking people. It's the leadership of the Germans, the Danes, the Swedes, the fucking Spaniards, the Italians. They fucking hate us all and they want to kill us all. And they're doing it. Not all at once. They jam everyone they can full of mRNA, waiting for us to get cancer and keel over while they replace us with a bunch of fucking scum who haven't been vaccinated against jack shit, who just came across the border. It's unbelievable. Are you ready for what these fucking people are going to do? Are you fucking ready for it, folks? And then you got people who are getting killed and they're lining up to kill themselves. There was a deranged, bald, kind of female high school teacher in Maine who has called for the killing of President Trump and all of his fans, meaning you, in a series of really fucked up posts online. Guess what? The school hasn't fired this person. The school boards allowed them to remain employed. They've allowed this person. They're encouraging this person. And you and I, Americans and free people in Canada and Australia and all around the world, we better be prepared for what is fucking coming. We better be prepared to eliminate terrorists and to hold trials for anyone who is caught that supported any of this shit. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's crazy. People are going to start vigilante justice. In Ohio, a father was charged with murder. For what? Well, because he ran over a sheriff's deputy in revenge for the police who shot his son dead, who was, fleeing in a stolen car, carrying a weapon and pointing it at cops. It doesn't matter, right or wrong. People are going to start taking the law into their own hands here pretty quick. And regardless of which side we're on, the thought that justice has failed us will result in revenge killings and vigilante justice. And government pretends they don't do the same fucking thing. You piss the government off, they take their revenge. You snitch on the government, and they get retribution. In my company, if someone were to accuse me of, say, sexual harassment, if I were to take any steps in trying to punish them for trying to get me in trouble, that itself is a crime that I'd be charged with. Petty little bullshit at our little itty bitty levels enforced. At the highest levels, not a fucking thing. Right in Los Angeles, 3 illegal aliens bash in a homeowner's brains. Murder, robbery, home invasion. Democrats want this. Republicans won't do anything. Both parties are fucking worthless. They either won't do anything or they keep doing the wrong shit. So you better be prepared for what's fucking coming. Are you prepared? It's happening now. Just because it's not happening in your state or your city or in your part of town doesn't mean it's not happening. It is fucking happening. It is. It is happening right now. In Germany, folks, they're going full Gestapo. Right? They're going full Gestapo. Some bitch named Beatrix von Storch. Right? She's fighting back and she's warning of a dangerous precedent for democracies. Right? Well, because the secret police in Germany have labeled conservatives as confirmed far right as if that means they're terrorists. But it's the left-wing communists who are burning cars, businesses, homes, assaulting supporters of freedom. It's happening already. The fucking crazed, ridiculous Muslims are in the streets dancing, literally dancing. And then it's time for prayer. And they go stand in the street, stop traffic, bend over, and start praying to Allah by facing Mecca. But they've got to do it in the fucking streets. You know why? It's to show that they're in charge, that they're powerful, that no one can stop them. It's a sign of dominance, that the West has to kiss their ass and put up with their shit. It's coming. It's here. It's happening. No one's going to stop it. We see all the signs. They have an escape plan. They're not going to be held accountable. Are you prepared for what is fucking coming? Right? Trump had his chance. And we're seeing that it's not happening. Pam Bondi has had her chance, and she sees she doesn't have to do jack shit. Kash Patel doesn't have to do jack shit. No one has to do jack shit. I would love to be wrong. They could change it around tomorrow and turn it around, and I would be very happy to see the fight being taken. They could release the Epstein list and start arresting people, and I'd be pleased to see that happening. But I don't think it's going to fucking happen because of all the shit that I just reported to you in the last 30 fucking minutes. Are you prepared for the trouble that's coming? I want to hear your thoughts. It used to be a lighter-hearted type of SHTF. Geez, what would you do if a bunch of scumbags were coming down the street? Yes, being violent. Yes, threatening lives. What would you do, right? Those were the questions. They were very distant in the mind, far away in potentiality. And then 2020 happened with the George Floyd shit. And then we got the election stolen. And then we got 4 years of woke, absolute anti-American fruitcakery nonsense and lawlessness. And then we got Trump back and we thought, okay, we'll fix this shit. And now we're in this fucking room. Now we're in this room. What do you guys want to talk about? Mr. Uman, who wants to get into this? Mikey G says, pole shift data becoming alarming and weakening of the magnetosphere. Will it happen in our lifetimes? Mikey, I know exactly what you're talking about. Magnetic pole is shifting. Right? It's shifting away from the North Pole. The magnetosphere is weakening. How do we really know that? We're being told that by a bunch of fucking politicians and scientists. For what purpose? So that if they have to do something to us, if they have to irradiate us, they can do it and then blame nature. I don't fucking believe these people anymore. I just don't fucking believe them. 99% of all scientists do exactly what they're paid to do and say exactly what they're paid to say. And the 1% that wants to tell the truth, they get shamed, they get their degrees pulled, they get their funding pulled, and no one will ever hear from them again. So in all truth, 100% of all scientists say exactly what they're paid to fucking say because they're paid to say it. And if they don't say it, they don't get any fucking money. I don't buy it. Just like this climate change things. Uman says, besides, how do they know what the magnetosphere was like a couple hundred years ago? How did they measure it then? Well, right, they're claiming that it's moving closer and closer to, I think, Svarsbard, way north of Iceland. Well, maybe that's where it was at some other point. Yeah, who the fuck knows? Right, exactly. Who knows? Or are they just making this shit up the way they make up? Oh my God, a new ice age is coming. That was the 1970s. And then it was, oh my God, global warming in the 80s. And then it was, oh shit, it's just climate change in the 90s. And then it was, oh, it's a climate crisis. The polar bears are going to drown. Fuck, there's tens of thousands more polar bears today than there were when Al Gore said in 5 years all the fucking polar bears will be dead. They've done nothing but fucking lie and try and use fear and alarm to get people to give in to their horse shit. I know what you're saying, Mikey. I get it. Because when you listen to this stuff, you give them the opportunity to get in our heads with credibility because they've got a PhD, or they're a doctor of this, or they're an expert of that. I am more worried about what these evil motherfuckers are doing than what nature is doing. Last I checked, nature is not very good at killing me. Nature has sent hurricane after hurricane after hurricane at me. Hasn't killed me. Sent blizzards and fucking snowstorms at me. It's fucking lit volcanoes off at me. That's some dangerous shit. But the only ones who have been close to killing me are fucking humans. Literally humans. I consider nature far less dangerous than humans. I was diving in some fucking caves last weekend. Nature didn't kill me. It could have dropped a rock on my head in a cave. Right? You know what tried fucking killing me? Humans. By hitting me with a fucking boat on the head and trying to chop me to pieces with a fucking propeller. Humans tried fucking killing me, not nature. In any event, having some fun with this one today. Fuck. Hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up, share the fucking information. People need to wake up. Why is it that people in America who are given the most credibility and the loudest fucking voices don't care about America or you? They care about Israel. They care about Islam. They care about Africans. Who gives a fuck about any of them? I only care about people who are American. People who are American. Those are the only people who should fucking matter. In our country, America, the United States of America. Once we make sure America is good and Americans are safe, then we give a shit about other countries and other peoples. But nope, the media, the politicians, what's on the wall outside just about every fucking congressman and senator's office? I stand with Israel. And if it doesn't say that, it probably says some stupid shit like I stand with Palestine. How many of these motherfuckers have a sign and an American flag that says I stand with America first? Everyone else can take a back fucking seat. No one. No one. Even Rand Paul this week has been exposed as, right, sucking up to some fucking donor. Right? He's taken the wrong side of an issue or an anti-American side of an issue because it's not financially expedient. How many times have you done something right, even though it was going to cost you money or it's going to cost you time or it's going to hurt you in some way, but it was the right fucking thing to do? Well, that's what doing this channel has been. It's been the right fucking thing to do. To expose evil, to expose feminism, to expose Islam, to expose the gays, to expose the fruitcakes, to expose the politicians, to expose evil countries that are fucking with us. To stand up for good people, regardless of color. Well, oh, no, you're supposed to attack anyone else who doesn't look like you. Oh, so then I get to be called a fucking Nazi, right? This is where we're at, folks. This is the world we're in. It is full of anger and hatred for all of us as Americans. Are you prepared for it? Hey, man, let's do some more. I bet we got some more great stuff to discuss out there. And Diving Frog has checked in and he says, hey, the leftists say they want to start a revolution. Hell, they can't even change a fucking tire, let alone tell time on a clock with hands. Right? No, they can't cook food. In fact, they don't even know where fucking food comes from. Remember when they had the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, Chaz, in Seattle, Washington, back in 2020? What were they doing? Well, the black leadership of the Chaz was enslaving white people. And all those dumb fucking liberals with their white guilt submitted and bent the knee and probably kissed the ass and licked the balls of their leaders. And then they tried growing food. And within 3 or 4 days, all the plants they stole from a Home Depot out of the garden section didn't produce any food. They were going to starve. They can't do any fucking thing. They can't even make a cup of fucking coffee, for fuck's sake. I love K-Cups for coffee. They're convenient. Take those away from people. Do they know how to make coffee? Do they know how to change a fucking coffee filter? How many coffee grounds to put in a fucking coffee maker with how many cups of water? Hell, what if you don't have a coffee maker? How do you make a fucking cup of coffee? They don't know shit. Right? These leftists, all they know how to do is start a fight and kill and hurt people and destroy shit. It took me years and years to learn how to build a house. From everything that goes underground, a septic system, a sewer system, a leach field, how to drill a fucking well and get fresh water, how to get power to a house, how to build the whole house, every skill required to build a house. What does a leftist need to destroy that? A fucking match. A lighter. They don't even probably know. They couldn't make a fucking match if they had to. That's all they know. And that's why they're useful idiots. Because it's easy to destroy something. It's easy. So that's what they do. They destroy. That's all they're good for. The Bolsheviks, the communist Bolsheviks of Russia were a bunch of communist students. They were mostly Jews and other disgruntled scumbags in Russia who didn't want to work. They wanted to just steal everyone else's shit. And after the war, they all got killed off by their own people if they weren't useful. Because all they were good for was revolution. That's it. Revolution. All revolution is to these people is killing the people they don't like so they can steal their stuff. You know what I would want a revolution for? It would be to be freed from interference from government and evil fucking people so I could live my life and be productive for myself. Not so I can have other people's shit or freebies or handouts or make someone else give me their wealth. There's a difference between us, folks. Right? The revolt I want leads to freedom for you and me. The revolt they want leads to our enslavement and death. Sounds a little like government in D.C., does it not? Does it not? What do they want? They want you and me to be their fucking tax slaves. They want us to be their fucking mules, to pull their carts and do their work for them. That's what they want. That's what DC, that's what all fucking politicians want. Right on down to your homeowners association that will lie to you and fuck you over, and they want your money and they want to spend it how they want and tell you what to do, even at the smallest level. Unbelievable. Let's continue if we shall, Mr. Uman. I'm on a wild one today. Robin G checks in, and she says, so the Shiloh Hendricks event happened in our neck of the woods. That would be way up north with Heidi. She says, grew up around there, and sister lives up that way. They've had enough of the Somalians. The Somalia is Eastern Africa, over on the Persian Gulf. Glad someone fought back against the BLM bullshit. I don't know where I would be today if I was surrounded by a bunch of these illegal fucking immigrant, worthless sacks of shit, Muslim motherfuckers, regardless of color, whether they're Pakistani or fucking Saudi or Somali or fucking Tripolis or Libyan or fucking Egyptian or Palestinian. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know what kind of trouble I would be in, but I would not be putting up with the shit those people have. You can understand If the person who's fucking with you all day long looks a certain way, you're going to see everybody who looks like that suspiciously. Now, as a small kid, I was picked on by blacks, Mexicans, and redheads. That's right, you fucking gingers. Two of the biggest fucking bullies I ever dealt with were fucking redheads. No, take that back. 3 of them. A guy named Jamie, a guy named Ross, and a guy named Danny. All 3 were fucking mean-ass redheads. When I see redheads, what do you think I think? I keep an eye on them. They might be like those other guys. Doesn't mean I hate all redheads, but I'm going to keep a fucking eye on them. They do one thing like those other guys did, and it's on. Same with any group of people. You think I wasn't picked on by fucking white people? Right? So, for people who have been fucked with by Somalians, fucking foreigners with their funny fucking accents, you bet your ass one fucking wrong move and I'd be ready to fist fight and fuck them up. Why wouldn't Shiloh Hendricks be the same way? Why can't she insult them and call them every dirty name in the fucking book? Right? If you're going to fight to fucking win. Right? There are such good people on this planet, folks, of all colors and all races. Not all religions. Some of them are just fucked up religions. But there's good people everywhere. But when you see the bad ones, you know it. And they don't deserve any respect or quarter. I've just seen too much. And the internet right now is loaded with it. The intent, of course, is to divide people, make them hate each other. Right? Because that's what Washington wants. They want us to fuck with each other so we quit fucking with them and trying to hold them accountable. Have we all figured this out yet? Right? Do I need to put that video up of the man explaining exactly what the fuck is going on? I think I should. I think I should put it up here to help explain what the fuck is going on. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Come closer. I've got something to tell you. Something is happening across the Western world. You can feel it on the streets, in the courts, at work, and online. It's not just political. It's not just cultural. It's psychological. A silent shift is underway, and it has a name. The Inversion Matrix. 5 sections. Section 1. The reversal begins. In this new system, the native becomes the intruder, the majority becomes the villain, and the truth becomes hate speech. The very people whose ancestors built these nations, who raised the families, tilled the land, and paid taxes, now find themselves apologizing for simply existing. How did this happen? Section 2. Psychological engineering and guilt programming. It began with psychological engineering. First, inject guilt programming, a constant stream of reminders about colonialism, slavery, privilege, and oppression. Then, flood the language with weaponized labels. Racist, transphobe, Islamophobe, far-right, each designed to shut down conversation, to train you, to self-censor, and to submit. This isn't about justice, it's about control through confusion. Section 3. The 2-tier system of compassion. Look around and you'll see it. As a matter of fact, I think that you know it already. Certain groups can gather publicly in the name of religion or pride. Others are fined, silenced, or arrested for praying silently. Crimes by one group are explained away as trauma, misunderstanding, or cultural norms. Same crime committed by someone else, instant outrage, national headlines, and cancellation. We've moved from equal rights to engineered imbalance, from justice for all to justice selectively applied. Section 4. Institutional capture. Every major institution in the Western world has been taken over by the same ideological virus. Schools no longer teach pride in culture, but shame in history. Police now investigate feelings, not felonies. Media filters truth through an ideological lens, where facts are problematic and narratives are sacred. Even churches and temples now bow down to slogans instead of scripture. This is called institutional capture, and it's not accidental. Section 5 is the long game. Divide, demoralize, and replace. But why? Because a divided, guilt-ridden, and morally paralyzed society is easier to govern. Shatter its tradition, drown it in imported ideologies, redefine its language, and turn its people against themselves. This is what I'm keep trying to say. These are the true cracks through the matrix. The end goal? Not justice, not harmony, but a population too confused to resist and too fragmented to unite. But let's be clear. This isn't a war between races or religions or genders. It's a war between truth and programming. Between those who remember who they are and those who've been rethought to forget. You don't need to hate anyone, but you do need to see. Because the longer we stay silent, the more the inversion matrix tightens. Until what was once solid, identity, family, faith, law, becomes liquid, then meaningless, then gone. This isn't about hate, I repeat. It's about survival. And if you're still listening, it means the program didn't fully work on you. Not yet.
There it is. All right, man, let's continue. That will sink in. You can always rewind the video and listen to that again. Chin Music says, I'm hearing rumblings about blue state bailouts. That's where I get off the train. They mismanaged their shit. I ain't paying. The Constitution is not a suicide pact. Washington, Illinois, New York, California, and Massachusetts can blame Democrats. Middle finger. Thank you, Chin. I agree. But the blue states want bailouts. In fact, they're already asking for them. And Trump is like, I'm not going to give you the bailouts. Well, unless you start doing what I say. How about no? You don't get any fucking bailouts, period. In fact, they need to quit giving money to the states. And we, the people, need to quit giving fucking money to the government. What have they done with the money, folks? What have they done? Look around. How are your roads? Oh, because your taxes, you need roads. Our fucking water is fucked up. Our air is fucked up. Our roads are fucked up. Our bridges are fucked up. They've squandered everything and built themselves a $21 trillion underground city just in case they need to hide from us. They pitted us against each other. They brought in enemies from abroad. Read the Declaration of Independence. They've done all that, and now they want a fucking bailout. I agree. I like the Constitution is not a suicide pact. Well, that's what NATO is. One country wants to be full of fucking stupid piss and vinegar, and everyone else has to go fight their battle for them. Tell you what, it's going to come to an end. There's going to be a lot of people walking away. But see, they count on this, Chin. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to run? Where are you going to hide? I could have hid the fucking RMZ, I guess. But I chose to come back and fight the fucking fight. But yeah, commit suicide? No. Pay for stupidity? Fuck no. The fight is on. All right, Uman, who else we got out there? Uman says the new shiny object everyone is chasing is Alcatraz. It's that to troll the left or to distract the cheerleaders on the right. Completely unrealistic. It'd be cheaper to build a new prison somewhere. That is absolutely correct. The Rock, Alcatraz, is a giant, crumbling, degrading piece of shit. It's not that you need to build a prison there. It's that you need to tear an entire prison and system down because it was never built very well in the first place, and it is eroded and fallen apart and rusted for fucking decades and decades and decades. And before that, it was a piece of shit too. But still, I think it is to both troll the left and try and placate the right. Okay, cheerleaders on the right, we're going to try and do something that this will excite you and make you all happy. No, we don't need fucking prisons. We need fucking rope and a fucking tree branch to deal with our problems in politics, in the judicial branch, in the legislative branch, at the state level, the federal level. All we need is rope. And the cool thing about rope is it's a green product. You hang one person, you lower their dead body to the ground, kick it off to the side, and reuse that rope. It's recyclable. It can be repurposed. What a fucking great idea, huh? Rope, it's cheap. We don't need to pay criminals to live for decades in prison. No, we need to get rid of them. Right? We have lots of traitors. That's the death penalty. We have lots of foreign enemy here. That's the death penalty. If they were smart, they'd leave this fucking country. Trump is actually paying them, saying, hey, get on a fucking plane and leave the country, and we'll actually give you a financial reward to do so. These fucking people got money to come here, and they're getting money to leave. They should count their fucking blessings, go back to their shithole countries, and fall on their fucking knees in a pile of cow shit and worship Muhammad. That's about all they fucking deserve. Unbelievable. Anyways, yeah, shiny new object is Alcatraz. It's just another fucking trolling. I get it. It's fun to troll the fucking left. It's fun to insult these dumb motherfuckers. But it's not stopping them. It's not stopping them. In fact, it's encouraging them to become more violent. And they're not going to go after Trump because they can't get to Trump. But you know who the violent left can get to? You. They can get to you. They can attack you, your spouse, your children, your mom and dad. They can attack your schools, your city, your fucking stores. They can fuck up your highways, your bridges, your tunnels. They can screw up supermarkets, shopping centers. They can screw up means of production. They can do all kinds of stupid shit. It's not going to hurt Trump. It's not going to hurt the Democrats. But it's designed to make you root for your team. Well, the team I want to win is called Team America. Not Team Black America. Not Islam. Not Team White America. It's Team America. Constitution. Let's do it again, man. Who else we got? We got just a couple minutes left. And we got Deplorable Yankee Redneck. And he says, hate to say it, but Trump is playing for the other side. Too many pictures of him and Epstein. I've seen the pictures. Are they real? Why didn't they come out the first fucking time? The last time Epstein's name came up, they only had 2 pictures of Trump and Epstein. Now they have a bunch. Are they AI? I don't fucking know. Because why wouldn't they find these last time? But how hard is it to use artificial intelligence to make videos of anyone? Fuck, I've got pictures of me and Trump smoking cigars. Me and Elon Musk smoking fucking cigars. I got a picture of me and fucking General Patton. I've got me and every fucking Genghis Khan, me and every fucking Viking warlord out. It's all artificial intelligence. How do you know? Right. Did he fool us again? Or is some other fool fooling us? And we're all a bunch of fucking fools. All politicians are fucking dirty. How dirty is the big question. If Trump was truly dirty, they would be impeaching him. The Republicans would fucking impeach him, for fuck's sake. Because I'm sure half the Republicans are on the Epstein list, or an FBI list, or a Mossad list, or an MI6 list, or the CIA list. I'm sure they're all on a fucking list. And if they were going to be exposed, they would get rid of Trump in a fucking heartbeat if they had it. I saw those pictures of Epstein and Trump. I don't know where they were 3 years ago when Epstein was arrested, 4 years ago. That's why I just don't fucking believe it. You could get pictures of me with Epstein. You gonna fucking buy that? I'm not making fun of you, man. I'm just saying I don't trust any of these motherfuckers anymore. I don't. I just don't trust them. You can't trust judges. There's two fucking judges I think are decent. Alito and Clarence Thomas. That's it. I don't think I could trust another fucking judge on this planet to be honest or decent or tell the fucking truth about anything. Can you? Ooh, man, anything else you want to go over, or are we fucking done? It's Robin G checking in. And she says, I'm pretty sure there are forces behind this game they're playing. But for those who buy into this game are freaking retards and are in danger to our society. There's big forces behind this game. I agree with you. Right? We are here. Then you go up to local politicians. You go up to national politicians, international politicians, and financiers. And then there's people who are above. You can't see. They're up there. They're above, but we don't know their names. We don't know who they are. We don't know their politics. We don't know their agendas. We don't know their goal. But you and I are way down here at the bottom. We are just ants. We're just pawns on a board. If you're clever, you can keep from being squished. But we can't make much of a fucking difference. We've done all we can. We've proven it, folks. In 1776, a bunch of fucking farmers who were funded by some rich people that were well-known rich people like John Hancock, and they fought against the greatest military at that time for freedom and liberty, and they won. That may happen again. Or we could end up in another big giant fucking fight with millions of people dying. And at the end of it, we end up losing anyways. But if you're going to fight, fight to win. If you're going to think intelligently. If you're going to prepare for what is coming, because you see what is coming, then get it done, because I think time is becoming shorter and shorter. We're about to be visited by recession, if not depression, currency collapse, currency realignment. I think we're going to have some bigger problems, folks, than just what's for dinner tonight and what's going on in Washington. I haven't checked on it in a week. Boy, is this interesting. I'm not making fun of anybody, folks, but you and I, we're all here and we're all prepared. And I hope you're prepared to the extent that you need to be. God bless, Semper Fi, and God bless America, freedom, liberty, and our Constitution. Eyes open, folks. It's coming.